Plague Marines, let's do it. 120 points for 5 guys. Stat line is this. Oh no, it's a little different. Okay, you got weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength 4, toughness 5, 1 wound, initiative 3, 1 attack, leadership 8, and 3+ save. Now, here's your war gear: power armor, bolt gun, bolt pistol, plague knife, blight grenades, crack grenades. This is what this is. Plague knife is poison 4+. All right, so that's good. Poison weapons are good.
Oh yeah.
Do you know why?
Because they can poison people.
Yes, in a sense, very much so. It's because you can re-roll your 2 wound rolls, your failed 2 wound rolls, if you are equal to their toughness or you're greater than their toughness. Blight grenades are defensive grenades, and blight grenades count as both assault grenades and defensive grenades. It says that in the rule book here, in the codex. Now, special rules: Champion of Chaos, Fearless, Feel No Pain, Mark of Nurgle, which is toughness 5, or +1 toughness rather, and it's already included in the profile. May add up to 15 Plague Marines for 24 points a model. Most expensive here. Up to 2 Plague Marines may replace their bolt pistol with a plasma pistol. 15 points a model. I wouldn't do it. What I would do instead is replace their bolt gun with one of the following: flamer, melty gun, plasma gun. Which one would it be? Definitely between the flamer and melty gun. Could even be a flamer and a melty gun. Although that's not most efficient use of, resources here. Trail mix.
I called everything.
Does the body good.
Oh yeah, especially the raisins. Raisins are delicious.
They're pretty good, yeah. Horde Army do flamers. Your Overwatch, they're gonna just hate it. Space Marines do melty guns. You're up against those guys. Now, Plague Champion, you can take items from melee weapons and our ranged weapons section of the war gear list. This is where you're gonna want to take your Power Fist. Yep, absolutely, because you better believe your Plague Marines are gonna be in close combat. Because they're good objective holders. So you're gonna be attacked by the enemy. So take your Power Fist. Plague Champion may take a gifted mutation, which is a roll on the boon table before the game starts. Do it. Take that 10-point upgrade. Melta bombs. Now, are you going to be assaulting vehicles? Let me see. Plague Marines, you're objective holders, and you're just like an overall good annoyance of the enemy. Yeah, it's only 5 points. I don't see why not. One model in the unit may purchase an icon of despair, which causes fear. Which brings their weapon skill down to 1. The question is that a leadership test or is that an initiative test? I don't remember which one it was. It's one of those. But either way, take the icon of despair because it's only 10 points. Might as well do it. If so, your enemy, they're rolling 5s to hit you. How often does that happen? Not very. So, do it.
Okay, will do.
Yeah, actually do it because it makes these Plague Marines even harder to kill. The unit may take the Veterans of the Long War special rule. I would say, if you're fighting against Space Marines, do it. Because it gives you Hatred Space Marines. It says it also adds 1 to your leadership, but your leadership 8, and then your Plague Champion is leadership 9, but you're fearless. So that doesn't matter. So don't worry about that. So I would say only do it if you're fighting against Space Marines. May take a dedicated transport. Yes, absolutely. Take your Rhino. Keep them protected as long as possible, even though they're really darn hard to kill. Like they're hard. Like it's hard to instant kill them. I say instant kill, but they only have 1 wound. But it's hard to, yeah, that's not even applicable. Never mind. But it's hard to just wound them in general because they're toughness 5. You know what? Plague Marines are just a good unit to bring. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like that Icon of Despair. Very much so. And you know what? Their poison attacks are good too. Like they're, oh man, that looks like they're, wow. Are these guys, I'm comparing them to Khorne Berserkers now. Are they better in close combat? It looks as though they're better in close combat than Khorne Berserkers.
Yeah.
See, the only way you, the Khorne Berserkers have Furious Charge, right? +1 of their strength. That's if they charge. Mm-hmm. 1 round of combat. With your more attacks. But Plague Marines are a 2 attacks base. That's essentially the same as the Khorne Berserker. That is the same. And they got poison weapons. They're better in close combat than Khorne Berserkers.
Oh my goodness.
The only downside is initiative 3. But you're tough, so it'd be hard for your enemy to kill you anyway. Yeah. But just remember your Power Fist on your Plague Champion. Take your Gift of Mutation. And you're good to go. Yeah. Plague Marines are an awesome choice. 120 points for 5 guys. I'm eating with my mouth full. Just a time of the day when I eat, so.
You're eating with your mouth full.
I was going to say mouth open. I was going to say talking with my mouth full. Eating with my mouth open. Yeah, there you go. Eating with my mouth open, talking with my mouth full.
Okay.
Want to see something funny? Ice cold.
What, your fingers?
Yeah.
Yeah, same with this hand, not this hand. Well, they're both cold.
Really?
So
This thing, you know, it doesn't help you keep the bag of trail mix in the fridge.
And how far this room's cold.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't have to say much more about Plague Marines. They're awesome. But I do need to mention this, that you got to bring Typhus or a Lord of Chaos. Or it could even be a Sorcerer of Chaos with the Mark of Nurgle in order for Plague Marines to count as troop choices. Since there is an option of having a Sorcerer of Nurgle, I'm going to go over the Discipline of Nurgle psychic abilities here. Primaris power. Nurgle's Rot is a Nova, which isn't affected by terrain or line of sight, by the way. That's what that means. Nurgle models are unaffected. So the range is 6 inches, strength 2, AP 5, assault D6 +1, poison 4+. So you're never going to be able to re-roll your failed 2 wound rolls, but yeah, that's about the only thing that's good about that. It is 6-inch range, and you know what? It's only assault D6 +1. Before, Nurgle's Rot was like a radius within the guy that had it, and everything was hit, even if you're in close combat. So that's not as good as it used to be. I can't remember if it used to be poison, but anyway. Okay, so the first one here is Weapon Virus. It's a malediction, which I love. I love attacking enemies and making them suffer.
Yes, it's always fun.
A single enemy unit within 24 inches gets hot on all ranged weapons. So, you know, that's good. That is good, especially if they're shooting at you with, like, just imagine like a brood of termagants with their flesh bearers, flesh tearers, flesh something. I don't know, flesh borers, whatever it's called. It would be hilarious if they had the gets hot, because they would just all die. See, that would just be funny.
Is that a cough or a laugh cough?
That's a getting the skin of a peanut stuck in your throat cough.
Okay.
Right? That's a good ability. If you roll that, keep it. It's 24 inches. It's useful. Gift of Contagion. It's also a malediction. An enemy unit within 48 inches rolls on the table below. It's a D3 table. First one is Fly-Blown Palsy. -1 attack and Shrouded. Now, I mentioned this before in the HQ video. I think it's funny how it's given Shrouded, because that's a good ability. -1 attack is also not bad. The question is, when you do this, malediction, is that done in the assault phase? Or is that done in the movement phase? See, I don't remember when it's done, but I'll have to double check that. But it's probably done in a time that's beneficial for you. The other one is muscular atrophy, -1 strength, and may not run. So that's good. I like that. Liquefying ague, -1 strength, -1 toughness. That is also good. Very good for close combat. See, there you go. Plague Marines are made for close combat. Plague Wind. Warp Charge 2, it's special. And it's a Witchfire. Range 12 inches, Strength 1, AP 2, Assault 1, Large Blast, Poison plus 4+. So if you're against hordes and you get Plague Wind, keep it. Because it's a large blast and it's AP 2. What? AP 2 large blast is always good. Poison 4+, yeah, it's good. Keep that if you get it. It's only 12-inch range, but it's still good to keep it. You know what? I would say that if you roll anything on the Nurgle and the Discipline of Nurgle, keep them. Because they're all better than Nurgle's Rot. Yeah. Yep. That's the answer there. Okay, now we're going to go on to Noise Marines, the last section. By the way, I think Plague Marines are awesome. Okay? I think they stayed equal in terms of their awesomeness with their old codex, and that I would bring them just as equally without any apprehension. I would bring them because they're good. They're tough for the enemy to kill. They're awesome in close combat, and they're obviously not a ranged unit, but you have other units for that purpose, right? You got your Defiler, which we'll talk about in a later video, which will be an awesome video. I can't wait to talk about the Defiler. Okay, I got a little bit excited. Sorry. Okay, we're talking about elites now. Noise Marines. Weapon, okay, so their stat line is 4s across the board with, except for initiative, which is initiative 5. Their leadership 8, 3+ save. The Noise Champion is leadership 9. And this is their war gear, okay? By the way, it's 95 points for 5 guys. That's including the Noise Champion. War gear is power armor, bolt gun, bolt pistol, frag grenades, crack grenades. So their 1 attack there, which is what it is truly 1 attack. Special rules: Champion of Chaos, Fearless, mark it Slaanesh, which is +1 to their initiative, which is already included in the profile, initiative 5. Which really interests me, because that's got to be purely fluff, because these guys definitely are not built for close combat. They are not. If anything, I've always thought that Noise Marines should have a higher ballistic skill, because they have the best weapons out of all these groups here. That's just my humble opinion, because initiative 5 doesn't make sense. You would never put these guys in close combat because they're not as good. Sure, they attack first, but they got 1 attack each. Come on. All right. Made to add up to 15 Noise Marines for 17 points a model. See, that's the cheapest out of all these guys. Corn Berserkers are 19 points a model, right? Any Noise Marine may take a close combat weapon for 1 point a model. Okay, so what I just said there was slightly negated for that purpose, so they could have an extra attack, so that makes them slightly better in close combat, and it's only 1 point a model, which is also not bad. Or replaces bolt gun with one of the following close combat weapon, free. Okay, so it's one or the other. So if he replaces his bolt gun with a close combat weapon, then he's got a bolt pistol and a close combat weapon. Ah. Yeah, that's why it's free. It's because it replaces it, and it's 1 point if he adds to it. So that makes a little more sense. So either way, that's actually not a bad option. So the more I'm reading this, the more it looks like they're an okay option. 1 Noise Marine per 10 models may replace his bolt gun with a Blast Master for 30 points. Now, Blast Master is, let's take a look at the weapon here. Understanding that I've never fielded Noise Marines because I don't have them. And I just, for some reason, don't like Slaanesh. And I don't like Slaanesh for the same reason why I don't like Tau. Totally kidding. It's a totally different reason. Totally different reading. Meaning. Yeah, anyway. Okay, what did I just say? Blastmaster? Is that what I just said? Yeah, Blastmaster, okay. So there's 2 settings on a Blastmaster. 36-inch range is strength 5, AP 4. Assault 2, pinning, ignores cover. I like that ignores cover thing. The single frequency is 48-inch range, strength 8, AP 3. Heavy 1, blast, pinning, ignores cover. Would you look at that? Huh. Yeah, so it's either assault 2 or it's a blast. Wow. Okay, I think I would go with the single frequency every time. Yeah, I guess that's why you might go with a varied frequency, is if like you're moving and stuff, you can still shoot it. It's only assault 2, so I can understand that. Yeah, it's like a heavy bolter. Stats, strength 5, AP 4. But I skipped something here. You can actually give each guy a sonic blaster for 3 points a model. And sonic blasters are 24-inch range, strength 4, AP 5. So like a bolter, okay? But here's the thing that makes it awesome. It's a salvo 2/3, and it ignores cover. So we all know what ignores cover is, but salvo, for those of us who don't remember offhand, if I move and I'm shooting with the sonic blaster, the first number there before the slash is the number that indicates how many I can shoot after I've moved. If I don't move, the number after the slash is how many I can shoot. So if I move, I shoot twice. If I don't move, I can shoot 3 times. That's what that means. Now, 3 times, first off, that's good because you have a bolter that's 24-inch range. So like you have better range, you ignore cover, you're shooting more. That's not bad. That's really not bad at all, okay? So now that's 3 points a model. So that makes it 20 points a model. If you had 10 there, yeah. But yeah, I would do that. Wow, yeah, I would do that. That's a very good thing to do. Now that's good if you're fighting against hordes especially. That's where you're going to want to do that for sure. Noise Marines against a horde army, do that. Against Space Marines, it does give you more shots against them. But I don't know if I would do that against Space Marines. That'd be a 50-50 for me. 1 Noise Marine per 10. Okay, I already read that. So the Noise Marine champion may take items from the melee weapons and or ranged weapons section of the war gear list. So that's pretty straightforward. Would I bring a Power Fist on this guy? See, that's the question. Would I do a Power Fist or something else? Page 91 it is. Chain Axe, Lightning Club, Power Weapon, Power Fist. It's tough. Because I don't think that I would use these guys for close combat. They would definitely be shooting because of their sonic blasters. Okay, well let's think of a scenario here. Let's say I was fighting against orcs. I knew I was going to be fighting against orcs. I would bring Noise Marines. And I would give them sonic blasters. That's what I would do. And you know what? I probably would give the Noise Marine champion a Power Fist. Just for that safety net. Just in case I was attacked and there was a knot with a Power Claw in there. And I wanted to target him and make it so he doesn't kill a bunch of my Noise Marines. I would do it. Yep. Gift of Mutation, I would do that too. Oh. Noise Champion may take any of the following: Melta Bombs or Doom Siren. Let's look up Doom Siren. That's template, Strength 5, AP 3, Assault 1. The answer is yes. Absolutely. I would bring it. That's good against a lot of things. So well worth the points there. Icon of Excess, that's also a definite yes. Because yes, it's 30 points, but it gives your guys feel no pain. So that 30 points will make up the difference between spending the points and saving the guys that would have died. So do it. Unit may take Veterans of the Long War special rule. So that's my rule of thumb every time. If you're fighting against Space Marines, do it. If you're fighting with one of these units and you have the option of taking it and you're not fighting against Space Marines, don't do it because you're already fearless. So your leadership doesn't matter there, and you're not going to get hatred against anything else but Space Marines. So, yeah. Unit may take a Chaos Rhino as a dedicated transport, and the answer is yes, every time. Take a Rhino, for goodness sakes.
Ah.
All right, so that's Noise Marines. Oh, hold on. We didn't go over the Psychic, so that's what we'll do. If you get a Sorcerer of Slaanesh, here's the Primaris power. Sensory Overload, Witchfire. 24-inch range, Strength 4, AP 4, Assault 4, Blind, Concussive, Pinning. Okay, not bad. This is actually not bad, considering if you're shooting at a unit that you're about to assault. They have Blind, which means they're down to Weapon Skill, Ballistic Skill 1 if they fail their initiative test. And they are Concussive, which means they attack Initiative 1. So they're like, and they're pinned. Wow, they're like really hurt. That Primaris power is not bad at all. Yeah, wow, that's not bad. Okay, so Hysterical Frenzy, a friendly non-vehicle unit within 12 inches rolls on the table below. So it's a D3 table. Swollen Sensorium, +1 initiative, which you already have initiative 5, so D3, 2. So this is the second result. Lunatic Strength, +1 strength, and then Hyperactive Fit is +1 attack. So the +1 strength, that's actually not bad. Initiative, that's kind of, unless you're fighting against Gene Stealers or something with initiative 6, or initiative 5, and you want to go higher, it's not really, but you're like chancing it because you might not even get that, right? So I would say that's not really the best thing. If I had to choose between the Primaris power or that one, I'd probably do the Primaris, because it's 24-inch range, as opposed to the Hysterical Frenzy, which is only 12-inch range. And you're leaving it up to chance too much. All right, Symphony of Pain is the next one. This is a Malediction. An enemy unit within 24 inches is at -1 Ballistic Skill and Weapon Skill. Any sonic weapon attacks against the unit are resolved at +1 strength. So that is good. See, now that is good, okay? Because that just helps things to move, to work well in conjunction with one another. Keep that if you get that result. Ecstatic Seizures. 24-inch range. This is a Warp Charge 2, by the way. 24-inch range. The strength is special. The type is Assault 1, and the special rule is Ecstasy. Every non-vehicle model in the target unit takes a hit at its own strength. Definitely take that if you get it. Yeah, so the second two, take them if you get them. The first one, I mean, it's not bad, but it's too much. You're leaving it up to chance too much. You might not even be able to use everything, whereas the other things you can use them much better. Yeah, so that's my opinion on that. If you get a Chaos Sorcerer with the mark of Slaanesh on them, and you're fielding it with Noise Marines, then go with that and take those abilities if you roll them.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so Noise Marines, I am excited to field them. I'm going to be getting some in, and I want to see what kind of damage they do on the battlefield. I have not fielded them before, but looking at their numbers here, they are not bad because they're cheaper than Khorne Berserkers. You know what? Man, I'm still disappointed about the Khorne Berserkers. That's the only thing I'm disappointed about. The Thousand Sons, Plague Marines, Noise Marines, they're actually not bad. It's just the Berserkers that are, like, there's better choices now. But I would still field them for the fun factor. And yes, my mouth is full.
Yeah.
While I'm talking, because it's my time to eat during the day. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching this series of videos. Stay tuned for the next series of videos. We're not going to be talking about the rest of the elite choices, because these here, they don't count as, well, in my books, they don't count as the elites because they can be turned into troops when you bring special HQs. I don't see why you wouldn't do that. You would do that every single time. Otherwise, it's a waste. And happy wargaming.